we are going to continue going on this rabbit hole happening right now, and I made a couple YouTube videos on this um, about the whole vshojo when ironmouse first announced it, and then Kason and Michi's announcements of their leaving. Then we went to Twitter, pretty much looked out of it. I'm gonna check cdawg's VA side of it and see what's going on with everything.
What is up, guys? How are you doing? Hope everyone in chat is having a good time. I see a lot of first-time chatters. Hi. Oh God. Well, yeah, bit of a welcome. A lot of first-time chatters. I know people are curious about what I'm gonna say. So you look, hey, streamer, big view count number, brain likey, nice. Okay. But okay, I hope you're doing well, and good luck to the mods, by the way, because we have a bunch of new mods. You're gonna get put through the ringer today. Good luck with that.
Why would you do that to like a bunch of new mods? You just have like put them through that. That's
good luck.
That's rude. That's rude.
You love the shirt? Well, I mean, you know, I thought about wearing my normal shirt, but it did feel like it was the right time to wear it. Although,
that's right. Represent.
I mean, the shirt's very nice too. It's a nice shirt. It's a really nice shirt. So I thought I should rock the apt shirt for today. You know, to show my support to Mouse. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously.
By the way, for those who just joined, if you haven't noticed where Mousie's thing is at, the charity. X. If we go here. Oh, yeah, we also have to look at this because she just made a thing. Let me search. Mouse donation. It was like, I think, yeah, it was at 532, and when I saw it this morning, it was like at 700,000, and I'm like, the fuck? Like it's gotten 688, dude. It's gotten like numbers. Like we're gonna go. I'm gonna go through all of this, but this is.
I'll chat a little bit about it. Obviously, we'll go into like crazy detail.
cdawg said
still all new.
Besides a few streams
about, but you know, I'll talk a little bit about it. About what I can talk about. Because my lawyer was sweating this morning. Bro messaged me at like 4 a.m. and was like, please be careful. I was like, don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm about to do a pro gamer move. You're about to get a client for a long time. No, I'm kidding. Oh no. The legal fees will be a lot though. No, it's fine. It's fine. New mods. Yeah, we have a lot more mods. Normally we have like one mod, and he is like, we have like one mod who's around and they work overtime, but today we're gonna have a couple more. So yeah, we have a lot more now. We have a lot more now. There's mods. See, look at them. There's load. They're ready. They're ready. Right? Don't step out of line, chat. Because I can already see a lot of first-time chatters, which you know, obviously I could have anticipated. I had to stand up for this one. Had to stand up for this. No sitting down. But yeah, I appreciate all the support so far, obviously, and everyone's very upset and very eager to hear about more.
Oh, dude, I've been livid about this entire situation.
I at the end of the day, before we get into it or talk about anything, like, I think I speak for everyone when we just want to support Mouse.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we just want Mouse to be okay. So, I thank you guys so much for you know your undivided support of Mouse. Sorry, when I do that weird thing where I get louder, that's me trying to cope. Great tweet, by the way. and my lawyer said it was fine. I told him, I was like, I'm gonna do a pro gamer move real quick. He was like, please don't. And he was like, actually, you know what? That's a good one. Thank you.
That is a good one. That was a really good tweet.
I thought it was tasteful. I mean, what can you do? What can you do when you're, you know, when no amount of words can put into how angry you are? What can you say? And for me, the best way I like to deal with these things is to make a joke. I'm British. That's how we cope with everything. Ludwig's tweet was crazy, though. What Ludwig's tweet was diabolical. Do you guys see what he tweeted?
Yeah, no, I can't really support that tweet when he supports a known terrorist sympathizer. So I thought
Ludwig is unhinged.
That tweet was kind of
What tweeted? I believe vshojo is a terrorist organization. I like that is. He's him, bro. Let him do what he wants, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, he's a real one. I don't know, like what the thought process is, but you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. The joke is they donated to the wrong idea. Oh God. That's so bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay. So like, look, today the plan is, I don't know. I'll talk about it a bit. You know, we'll get over it. We'll get over it. We'll move on. Maybe we'll play a short game later on. I'm not going to stream crazy today, obviously. It is a go through and through. There's a lot that can be said, a lot that can't be said for obvious reasons. You know, this is all kind of new. But I think I'll talk a little bit about my initial impressions. We can maybe talk about the business of running an agency, about what that looks like, and then we can get into the final section, which will be my personal thoughts. Yeah, not good. They're not good. I'm pretty angry, as you can probably guess. It does feel weird streaming right now, and I've not got chat up, but I think I don't want to look at chat because I want to kind of just talk and give you my own thoughts about it and kind of go into it. And I think, first of all, the really important thing to keep in mind right now as a viewer, because I'm sure you're all very confused and you all have a lot that you want answered. You want to understand how this happened, what is happening, the full breadth of all of it, and it sucks. But the sad truth is that we have to like wait for everything to kind of unfold, wait for everything to unravel.
Pretty much.
And obviously the fact that you guys are even hearing about this now means that a lot of things have gone wrong up until this point, right? Like, I know this is all brand new news to all of you guys, but I think what you need to keep in mind is that if it is brand new to you guys, this has been simmering and cooking for a hot minute. So keep that in mind. This is unfortunately a very slow and unsatisfying process, and everyone right now is going to try and get their like thoughts in. We live in a time where you get paid to hold people's attention, so everyone's going to be saying a lot of things and making their own thoughts on it.
Bonjour, Connor. Chat and...
Yeah, I always think it's best to kind of like wait for everything to come out and then kind of talk about it. I've been reacting to it as more info comes out. This is essentially my third reaction to more info coming out. I'm hearing from Connor's side. We're going to watch the legal mindset video. I originally saw ironmouse has made a video about that. I saw Kason's and Michi's video yesterday and went over tweets for my video for yesterday. This is the most amount of videos I've ever put out in a week. Because I usually do one a day, twice on like gaming days when I put a gaming video. But it's been like ironmouse a couple days ago, Kason and Michi yesterday with Himi and a few others, and Project Melody saying they were leaving. Today's reacting to cdawg legal.
There's a it's a bombshell right now. It's a lot to take in because I feel like people cared an awful lot about this thing, and the thing isn't there. And a lot of people also.
The thing is, vshojo was supposed to be the organization that was supposed to be for the VTubers, and they fucked it up big time.
Just are curious what's still going on. A lot of people who've never even heard of VTubing or vshojo want to know what's going on. So there's a lot of people who are trying to get anything. And unfortunately, all the information that is available now is majoritively from Mouse's statement. And unfortunately, there won't be any more information for a while, obviously things need to...
Oh yeah, legal shit takes fucking
Hopefully
forever.
You guys don't have to wait too long. But just keep that in mind, that there are a lot of people out there that want to make their quick buck from this, and they'll be saying whatever and all this stuff, and just know that unfortunately you just have to wait, It does suck.
Things about ordering from ButcherBox that just make sense.
I'll get the website once if that's all
It
the ads
really
I
sucks
get now.
because everyone deserves answers. This is a pretty, I mean, it's very serious what's being accused, obviously, because it is not drama. It is literally a crime.
It is. It is a fucking crime.
This is like a genuine...
Everyone that's saying the vshojo drama, it's not just drama. It's the little drama more crime. They stole from charities. They didn't pay their talent. That's against the law, my dude. Like, I've done payroll, I've done accounting for that shit. Like, you have to pay your people. If not, you get the outcome of getting sued and losing more than what you would have done just by paying them is more. Essentially, if everyone who hasn't gotten paid and even the IDF decides to sue, vshojo's bankrupt. Doesn't matter how much they had left over, all their assets will be seized and it's done. Gun runs, our reputation is pretty much destroyed. There's nothing he can do. No one's going to want to hire him for anything anymore. Maybe tech support. Barely.
Crime. This is not like YouTube drama. He said, she said. Like some serious shit.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, in Mouse's video, Mouse mentions that, you know, she's owed money as well. You know, and that's just what we know from Mouse, is that that's being claimed. So it's some pretty hefty allegations that you know, have to all be handled. So that's why, like, I'm also gonna make sure that I handle this in the proper way, even though I am angry. So I'm sorry, you're not gonna get like the scoop from me, and I'm not gonna give you any more information.
He's being
private
smart
information
about it. He's
Like,
being
if you're
very
expecting
smart
that,
about
it's not what you're gonna get, because you know, I'm obviously, you gotta wait for Mouse to handle this and then all the legal stuff to be done. So you're not gonna get any of that from me. But we can talk a bit more about, we do know what's public, and yeah, then we'll get into my overall thoughts on this whole mess. Now, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but I think it's really important. I think it's really important to quickly talk about the like business of running an agency. I think it would be fun to tell you guys roughly about how this all works, because I think it's interesting, and I think it'll help us understand better what might have happened and what might have gone on a bit here, and then we can get into it a bit. As somebody who has been a YouTuber and stuff for a very long time, we can talk about like roughly what happens. So let's say you have company. Okay, why do I have white? Also, let me kill the music. I'm gonna kill the music, not the MS Paint. We're doing the MS Paint. We're doing it. My thing is not very good. Let's say you have a company and it's called cdawg. Now, very fundamentally, I think we all easily understand this concept. For a business to work, the money that goes in, all right, needs to be bigger than money go out. Like, that's a pretty simple, like, it's a pretty easy understanding of business, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you hear someone in chat goes, well, actually,
economics.
It does actually change, because now we have these genius people in the great place of San Francisco who had this genius model that was like, what if money that goes in is just like nothing, and money that goes out is money that goes in is big investor money.
Yeah.
The company has to make all.
Makes sense.
Hundreds of millions, just keep shoveling it in.
Totally.
So anyway, there's not like, you know, but generally speaking, money needs to come in at a bigger amount than money goes out. Very simple, very, very simple. Now, from my cdawg agency, there are a couple of ways that I could make some money from talent. So let's say I wanna start, you know, I have my amazing talents here, and then there's some revenue that I can get. So I could take it from, let's say if they're a YouTuber like me, and I want to take money from myself, because I'm the top talent at cdawg Corp. Bro thinks he's pirate, so okay, no, my dad never worked at Blizzard. Right. So you could take it from
Never
like,
worked at
ad
Blizzard.
revenue. This is like a common way that company, okay. My handwriting is not very good. This is like your Twitch money. This is your YouTube ad revenue. You know, money that you get from just kind of doing your YouTuber things, and there's not really like a money number that's agreed on, right? So like 1 month you could make, I don't know, like $1,000 from this, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also sponsorships, which you've seen me do plenty of time. Lord knows I've promoted some games that
Such a great artist.
maybe I, you know, but look, That's fine, because you know what? cdawg Corp just got $2,000. Nice. Okay, nice. There's also merch. We can sell merch. We can sell the merch from cdawgva.com where you can get it, and the company will typically,
I didn't know they had a
top
plushie.
talent,
I need to
cdawg.
get this.
They'll help him make some merch, and we'll take a cut. So we'll get like 500. This is nice. Now we've got some cash flow.
He put 5,000.
Right? There is also other miscellaneous stuff that you can make money from, but this will always be like the big three. Like you can make money from like convention appearances, licensing. Like if Mouse wanted to, like release, I don't know, a pickaxe, you could make the Mouse pickaxe. Sorry, 5,000. I did 5,000, right? So like, there's loads of different ways, but these tend to be like the big ways that you make money, right? Generally speaking, like the normal amount that a talent agency will take is like 10 to 25, but normally 20% of the talent's like revenue, like cut. But they might not take it from everything, right? But you need to take something, because otherwise, you don't have a lot of money coming in. So let's say we take.
So I heard, I was also watching a tad bit of Shy Lily talking about this, and she said apparently the contract is very predatory. So maybe they will take it way more than that, because we don't know the contract specifications. If they go to court over this, all of this is coming out in the light. So they're all going to find out how much money they were actually taking.
10% of all of this. All right, we've got, so let's say cdawg Corp's taking 10%, right? This is not a very, this is already getting messy. So let's say cdawg Corp is taking 10%. And right now we have $8,000, so they're taking $800. Why is this small now? What is this? Okay, there we go, we're back. All right, nice. We're taking a whopping $800 a month. Now, what you might have realized very quickly is that it's actually like not a whole lot of money. That's not a whole lot of money for cdawg to pay, well, me, the employee, right? Like, what's the average salary of someone who lives in the US, right? Like, it'd be, I don't know, like, what is it, like $4,000, $5,000? And obviously for talent agencies, like, let's say the average salary is like $5,000. Someone who works there. And if it's San Fran, boy, you better be prepared to double it. So basically what needs to happen is that, like, if a talent's on 10%, which is quite generous, I'd say it's normally 15 to 20 normally, they need to somehow find, and let's just say you have just one manager, they need to find $5,000 of money here, like, per month, right? And they're only taking 10 to 20%. So they're like, the money in this is like, it's either like really good or really bad. This is why when you hear about a lot of talent agencies that are small, you never really hear about like mid-sized talent agencies, because it's kind of really hard to exist in this middle ground, where if you're like a creator or something, there's not a whole lot of money that you can make to pay staff, because there's not just like one staff. You're probably paying like 2 or 3 staff, right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of money that needs to be generated for all this to be paid. I know that 5K is low, and I know that if it's like San Fran, it would be like crazy, right? But just stay with me. This is why, for a long time, talent agencies have been kind of like dominated by the really, really big dogs. Because, if you sign like one contract with like Katy Perry, right? Like Katy Perry or Caitlyn Jenner does a Pepsi deal, and it's going to go great. And the Pepsi deal might be worth like $5 million. Suddenly, $5 million, if we're taking 10% of $5 million, holy moly, we're in it. Now we're cooking. Now we're making some money in this business. You know what I mean? We're making some big bucks. That traditionally talent agencies have kind of been pretty like top heavy, and there's a lot of big companies that kind of control the space. And there's not a lot of small companies, which is why when you've probably seen a couple of like really small agencies that exist, and the main way that they like stay afloat is by just having like zero running costs. Like they don't have many staff. Like it might be like the CEO is the one who does pretty much all the deals. And
so from what I've seen, and I've talked to a few VTubers who are starting their own agencies on Discords and shit like that, and they're looking for talent, especially to kind of start this entire thing. A lot of them are trying to finance this on their own, which is really difficult. It's really hard to do. And so they don't really spend the money, or they're trying to finance it their own, or they're just trying to find talent that's willing to kind of be part of something until like money is being generated and made. So essentially, they're boosting each other up. So that's one of the two ways you can either fund it yourself or find investors who are willing to do it, or you guys are in the red until you guys can start actually making any sort of income. And I've seen some of the contracts for it, and it's basically say we will not start taking money from you until we reach this point, and then we'll be doing 10%. And once the org starts making money, or we start getting in brand deals and stuff like that, then we'll start taking stuff from you. Video buffering, use low latency toggles. Okay, well, I don't care. So that's what they're doing. Essentially, that's everything that they're doing. I think the biggest one is there was one specific one I saw where it was like, we will only be taking money off a percentage if we get you a brand deal or if we connect you with this and yada yada. So they're essentially like, if we do the work for you, we're taking a percentage of it, which is fine. Like, if someone's doing the work for you, then take the money. But if you're doing absolutely fucking nothing, why? Like, why even go to it? You don't need, like, talent agencies are not really much of a thing anymore, because they're part of the old regime. Because with the internet and everything, you can go independent. You can do things a lot better. You can do things a lot more to an up degree. Where back in the day, you needed connections. You need to know someone who knew someone who knew someone. It's all over the place. So let's see
Stuff like that.
How this
there's a massive imbalance, and there's not really like a solid way for like a mid-sized agency to exist. This is all being said, and I want to keep this in mind. And the whole point of this was that, like, you know, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, say judge how a business was ran, but the problem is, if you're kind of not taking any of this money, you kind of don't have a business.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of, you kind of don't have anything. And so I think it's important to take that, and you know, a lot of stuff was public, and so, you know, you can kind of figure out what might have been going wrong. And on top of that, like, just, okay, sticking to pure factual public statement knowledge, that, you know, stuff that, like, you know, that would be available to you to know before we get into it, is that, like, vshojo owes the Immunophysicity Foundation a lot of money, $500,000, and they've, you know, in Mouse Video as well, Mouse has also owed money. I'm just, like, curious, how did that happen? Because from my perspective, you know, I feel like it should have been pretty easy. I mean, you know, this is an article from like 3 years ago. Is that, like, just saying, an interesting article. That's it. I'm just gonna leave it there. And also, I was curious because I saw this tweet that someone posted. Hopefully, it doesn't show anything I shouldn't show. I saw this tweet where someone posted that.
Yeah, I saw that
when
too.
vshojo plastered this all over the Tokyo subway to brag about how well they treated their talents. And I was thinking about this, and I was like, I know that station. That's Shinjuku Station. I go through that all the time. And I was wondering, I was like, how much does it cost to get that? Because
Yeah.
you know, personally, in my opinion, it would be nice if, instead of advertising, we could, you know, perhaps put that money towards the Immunophysicity Foundation. And so I actually found the exact costs of how much it costs to do this. Fun fact. Yeah, here they are. It's a lot of money. So this is one of the ways that you get it. There's also this piece of information here, and I'll let you explain how much this costs. So what this says in Japanese is, right here, this says that for one of those pillars, for 7 days, if I'm not mistaken, it'll cost 40 million yen, which is about $250,000 for one. If you want to take over the whole thing, it would cost 200 million yen, which is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a ton. It is a ton, okay? It's like an insane amount of money, and that's to get all those pillars for 7 days of advertising. And obviously, like, look, I'm not here to tell the business how to run their company. You know what I mean?
Bullshit.
Like, I don't give, but, well, I mean, I do give. That is a lie. I do give, actually. I give quite a lot of. One thing that, you know, leaves the question in my mind, as somebody who would like the charity to get paid, is why is there the need to advertise an English talent agency on a Japanese subway. Just a genuine like thought that I would love to know what happened.
Yeah, that's
I
dumb.
had to imagine that there was. I don't know.
That's so fucking stupid.
No imagining. No stipulating. Look, I'm just saying. Like that's frustrating for me because that's easily money that could have gone towards charities and stuff. And you know as well, like some other stuff as well that's important to keep in mind is that there was a, you know, there would always be like big parties that would be thrown, and parties not cheap to throw.
No.
Like booking out a whole venue and paying for everyone's drinks is a very
Unless you're
expensive
Jamie
thing to do,
Foxx.
and oftentimes completely like just a flex, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, my lawyer is probably sweating right now. I don't want to open Discord because I don't dare look what he said.
Now get 20%
a
off
lawyer
at Chewy
on
Pharmacy.
Discord. That's great.
These days, we get everything delivered.
I guess Doom's out of the question.
But look, look, if I get sued for defamation, oh great, cool. Oh great, they can finally pay the charity now with the money they get from me. Okay, so they kind of did the math the wrong way. Okay, point being, you kind of get what I'm getting at, even if my math wasn't correct. I think the illustrate the point that, you know, is what it is. And like, I think one other thing that I was always okay, there's a lot of things. Actually, I won't get into that. I won't get into that because I don't want to say things that I shouldn't. But I will tell you guys how I feel about it, because I think I'm well within my legal right to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed off, man. It's been really frustrating. I've to say the least. Obviously, I've known about this for quite some time now. Up in Mouse, deal with it as much as possible, and as much as you can do.
Yeah.
And it's man, it f***ing sucks. It sucks a lot, and I'm still kind of like coming to terms with the breach of trust, which I think is, something that I think is obviously being, because everyone's talking about the charity money, and that's really important, and the talents have been lied to. But I think, like, man, what a colossal up to absolutely ruin the trust with, like, all of the talents.
The talent, the community,
like
the sponsors.
The one thing that you have to do as an agency is just keep your talent safe. Like nothing you do should ever put them in a point of jeopardy. And so it's just so depressing that this happened. And I know that, like, I don't want to talk for Mouse in any of this, because that's not, I think, this is a Mouse thing. But like, Mouse already had like a hard time trusting people, so it makes me so mad that someone that and people that Mouse trusted just kind of took advantage of that. And I'm really, really, really angry about it. I know a
lot of people are pissed off about it.
Shouting and all that stuff. Lord knows I want to. But man, I'm just sad. I'm just so sad. I'm so sad. But okay, so let's talk a bit about the video and
like, how do you
Mouse,
fumble so hard?
So Mouse, released a statement, and I'm glad that she did, because I think that it was important for Mouse to be able to tell this from her own words, from her own side. And again, reminder.
And I reacted to this video. I made one that when, like, a few hours after it came out. And dude, this is fucking heartbreaking. Mouse is one of the only VTubers that's not in my circle of VTubers that I follow almost everything she does. It's one of the main reasons why I got into VTubers, because I like the aspect of it and the fun and the imagination side of it. And seeing this happen to, like, the person that you wanted. Plus, I'm a musician and her vocals is amazing. The music is great. So, I don't know, man. It really sucked. It really sucked.
This is, what Mouse's attorneys have approved Mouse to say. And this is what they're allowed to say. So, if you can say this and you can't say the other stuff, I mean, anyway, the one good thing that's come from this so far, and then I guess we can get into that in a little bit. But oh man, I'm sorry. My thoughts are hard to formulate in this moment, and perhaps I should have had a script. But like, I feel like I didn't really want to come in here and be like, this is what my lawyer has approved. I feel like, because there's so much support from you guys and from the viewers for Mouse and for especially our charitable endeavors, that I felt like it would be doing a bit of a disservice to kind of just lawyer talk out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just so depressing. And like,
It is super
so,
fucking depressing.
you know, obviously found out about this quite a while ago, and you know, I'd been concerned for quite some time about certain things, and so, you know, was pushing quite heavily, and so I'm glad that, you know, Mouse was able to get answers. Obviously, it was like not great answers. I mean, dude, can you imagine that? Like, you've put so much of like your life and so much of like your effort and everything that you hold dear and everything that you care about into something. Someone else is like, whoops, forgot about that. You know? Oh, I was supposed to do that. I'm okay. I don't think I'll do it. And then you can't even get like a good answer as to what the is going on. Yeah, it's just I'm like dumbfounded. So, you know, and I'm glad that that now it's out and that we can hopefully start figuring out what the next steps are. Obviously, so one thing that I was like, you know, we should do this is that we should talk to the Immunodeficiency Foundation and kind of explain what's a bit about what's going on. And man, that is like, if you think you've ever had to break bad news to people in your life, dude. I mean, I normally don't like get upset or cry about things, but like, man, like having to, you know, deal with that was just like so ridiculous. Because, you know, me and Mouse have both spent so much of our online time and the work that I do here and what the Mouse does, like advocacy for the Immunodeficiency Foundation. And, you know, I genuinely see all the immunodeficiency people like family. Like we have calls with them every month. We walk through what they're doing. We walk through all the fundraisers that we're doing and where the money's going. Talk to patients. I've interviewed people who have benefited from the charity, and I've gotten to speak with them. And like this, it's so hard when you donate money. Like there are so many people who are being so generous in donating money. It's so hard to see that money and to imagine that you like helped someone, and to see the direct benefits of that. But you know, I've been really fortunate where I've been able to like actually talk to so many of these patients who have benefited from this money, and who have been able to increase their quality of life because of this money. And so to like kind of hear that like people won't get it really hurts. Because again, I've spent so much energy, and Mouse spent so much energy
charity, dude,
on raising money for this charity that, you know, like without them we wouldn't have iMouse streams. You know, like they are such an important aspect of Mouse's life. And yeah, sorry, getting a little sad. Get a little sad, man, when I think about it. Because then I started thinking about like, man, like we hear about Iron Mouse, and we're so lucky that we hear about Mouse's story and Mouse's journey. And then I get so fucking sad that I think like, damn, it could have ended so much more differently if there wasn't people who were trying to do the right thing. And that makes me really angry. So yeah, that's really tough to deal with. But I think it's been great to see the support the Mouse has gotten so far. And when I was talking to Mouse, and Mouse obviously extremely nervous about releasing this, obviously, as this is like such a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And Mouse is not a drama person. Mouse is not a confrontational person. Mouse is not the type of person who would get into this. Mouse would do everything in her power to not let it get to this point. And so to see it kind of like get there, and just watching Mouse being like torn apart by this was, made me really, really angry. And I really, really hope that the people who are responsible for this, I hope that they're held accountable and that there is some form of justice. Other than that, it has been amazing to see like just how much support there has been for the charity and for Mouse. Because I think that I'm really happy that everyone has kind of taken to Mouse and the charity here. And like already, like so far, like as I'm like talking, it's going up. You know, it's kind of crazy. But like $223,000 raised already.
That's not when you released a video.
So Box doesn't know I did this. Right, I'm actually gonna try this service out fully from start to finish.
Like that's crazy. Like that's so cool. And I'm just kind of like overwhelmed for Mouse as well, man. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like the level of generosity has been really cool to see. So that's been awesome. And you know, even with the Immunodeficiency Foundation, like we've worked with them so much that like we We work with them so much that you can literally go on their website to read about a page with us and how we fundraise and how you can get in and get involved.
Yeah, dude.
Like, there is a page on their website dedicated entirely to the fundraisers that we do. Like and like the impact that, you know, all of you guys have had. Being in like a content creator space and having to raise money for charity, it's a weird situation because people want to know what they're donating to. And the sad reality of like immunocompromised stuff is that it is super not easy to explain. Like it is, for lack of better words, it's not a sexy disease. Like because
what
like,
disease is sexy?
It is so hard to fully get across what it is that common variable immunodeficiency is, right? Like even saying it sounds like I get like explaining to someone like, hi, primary immune deficiency is a situation where sometimes your immune system just doesn't work. But wait, there's 450 different versions of it, and there's some people are only affected with like super individual cases. Like it's such a complex disease to talk about and to fundraise for. Yeah. And I'm so glad that like people are willing to listen and to hear out when me and Mouse are always talking about it. And so that makes me really happy. Yeah, 450 that we know of.
Because they build a community, man.
It's terrifying. Like it's a really like horrible disease because basically you could live your whole life thinking I'm healthy, and then suddenly when you start to get like, you know, older, maybe 25 status, you know, maybe you just start getting sick, and maybe you're getting pneumonia, which you've never gotten before, and maybe you're getting that sinus infection that's lasting a lot longer and happening a bit more often than it was before. And the doctor's always like, well, you should try this, you should try this, you should try this, because the doctors themselves don't even know about it. A lot of doctors are not educated in primary immune deficiency, which is why a lot of the money also goes towards helping further train doctors, helping give them more information, because they're like, it's scary to think as somebody who might be sick that my doctor might just have no idea what the is wrong with me. And the fact that you'd have to live with that and your quality of life will just keep getting worse and worse while you're being given medication and treatment for stuff that is not the problem. It's like super demoralizing, super draining, and like a horrible quality of life. And it only gets worse the older you get. Yeah. It's why there is such a massive need for just educating people and talking about it, which is why with all this stuff, I want to make sure that we all learn a bit more about the charity and the disease, because it's such an important part. That is like half the battle with raising money and raising awareness to get research. You can't raise more money without people knowing about it. And you can't fix the disease until there's a lot of money and help people have better quality of lives. But like, imagine it. Like, you suddenly start getting sick. You don't know what's going on. Suddenly you can't be around your friends, your family. And if you do want to be around your friends and family, they have to quarantine for days at a time. It's like terrifying. Like it's genuinely such a horrific and lonely experience to have to go through that. Like you, like mentally are like completely fine, but suddenly now you're isolated. You can't talk to anyone. You suddenly keep getting sicker and sicker. It's awful. It's a really horrible disease. And you know, the fact that like Mouse is able to stream and do what Mouse does with all of that is insane. Like Mouse is like a superhero, man. Like I when I get mildly sick, I'm like, better take 3 days off. You know. Meanwhile, Mouse is like in her pukeathon, in her subathon, puking all the time, and then coming back to stream like nothing happened. It's crazy. Like I can't do that. Pukeathon next. Oh god. So it's like crazy. You know. There's a lot to admire, I think, about Mouse, and to be proud of. I think I'm always so impressed with Mouse and her ability to, no matter what, just kind of power through it all, get through it. So
yeah, I love that.
I'm just so mad. You're locked in now, mate. Thank you for the comedic relief. I mean, you know, it's depressing, but I think it has been really cool, kind of seeing so far everyone kind of coming together. Everyone kind of trying to raise money for charity. Everyone, you know, taking this really horrific mess and making it into something good. And I really do hope that publicly you guys don't have to wait long to fully find out.
It's a high hope, but realistically, it's probably going to take a while.
What happened, and because I think everyone wants answers. I think we all want answers to what the happened. How can you this up so much, and I I wish Mouse was able to go like Hail Mary and just tell you guys everything. But we have to wait.
Yeah.
We have to wait. We have to be patient. We have to wait for the full story. You know, lawyer's got a lawyer. Although I was talking to another lawyer about this because I was also curious. I was asking him like his thoughts on the situation, you know, and I said I was like, nah, we ball. Let's get that lawsuit. Let's go crazy. I was like, what are they gonna do? Sue the talent? That's crazy. Because I feel like okay, it's like if you as a talent agency sued your talent, that no talent would ever join your company ever again. And at that point, like, what are you suing for?
I don't think they're gonna be able to get anyone to join the talent again unless like the entire fucking executive staff gets fucking removed, and they start from scratch.
Doing to like pay off the debt you owe to that talent, you know what I mean? Like this would be like Disney if Disney tried to sue Mickey Mouse. It's ridiculous. The lawyers are funny, and law thing needs to be done. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's about it. That's all I have. That I don't have much else to say other than I'm angry. I'm disappointed. It's not hard to pay money that you owe. It's about it. It's really not that difficult. It's not your money. Don't you know? Don't with it. Okay. All right. What did he say? Okay, my lawyer did message me. Okay, he didn't send all caps. I'm fine.
You're fine.
And look, this is going to be you know, a mess of a situation while we wait for everything to kind of come out. We'll know all the facts when the time is right. And that's it. That's about it. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to go into too much more depth about it other than just sad and disappointed. Twitter's already going crazy, and like rightfully so. Like I feel like I understand why everyone is so fuming about this.
We're all
like,
coming
everyone
together
has the
for
right to be
Mousy.
completely angry and betrayed, especially if you were an active viewer of vshojo or Mouse or supported any of it. Like, yeah, you have every right to feel absolutely betrayed. I think like that. I think that's completely valid. But try not to get, you know, try not to go too crazy. Try not to go haywire. We just gotta wait ultimately. And for now, we can continue our clowning. I'm super excited ultimately because I am excited for when Mouse streams next because I know the positivity is going to be insane, and I can't wait because I know Mouse needs it because Mouse has been dealing with this for quite a long time.
Yeah.
You know, privately. So I think like when Mouse streams next, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to hear it. Giga, thank you so much for raiding. Sorry, I was like locked in, but I saw Giga did talk about it a little bit, and of course, Giga is ever mature. Giga had the absolute correct mentality when talking about it. Giga was like, "Let the lawyers cook." So I think it'll be good. But look, we're already at $230,000 raised for charity.
We're at 700,000.
You know, that's like insane amounts. Just yeah, ridiculous. So just we gotta wait for Mouse to come back and be live again, and I guess every stream until then will just be the Mouse waiting room. Mouse is in chat. You missed her message. I'm sorry, I had chat closed because I didn't want to get distracted while I was talking about it. Can she still not stream without being in an agency? Yeah, you can stream. But like a lot of the talents, like okay, there's like public. A lot of the talents also had like agent representation outside of vshojo. Like that is a thing that was real. Why that would happen, you have to wonder. I don't know. Kaho tweeted about this. I saw Kaho's tweet. Okay, Kaho's tweet is the kind of tweet that would make your lawyer flip a lid. Lawyer would be like, Kaho, we better have proof for this. We better have some proof for this one, Kaho. This is a crazy tweet. I'm not trying to get into legal trouble, but you know, it makes you think. Also, Kaho is... I have so much respect for Kaho. Kaho takes zero any situation. Kaho will drag people for being awful. I love it. Kaho has no chill, and I have nothing but respect. Hopefully none of us have to wait too long, because I think everyone wants to be done with the situation, and everyone just wants the right thing to be done. One thing I did actually want to say very quickly, I'm still pissed off about this. I do want to say this. Maybe my lawyer would appreciate this, but you know, this one I do want. My lawyer's very sweating right now. Actually, one more thing before I move on. So.
In other news, Texas residents are going to be happy to hear this. It just came out. There's a new website where any Texas resident, as long as you live within a zip code in the state, you can apply to have your auto insurance rates reduced significantly. All you have to do to qualify is to have 0 DUIs in the last 5.
Here's one of my biggest what the f***s about all of this, okay? And I did want to say this, but I forgot to say it during my rant earlier. As somebody who is always, I'm always concerned about Mouse. Care a lot about Mouse, and I just want Mouse to be okay. So in Mouse's statement, Mouse alludes that money is owed to her. In my mind, if you owed money to to Mouse or any talent, it's like, what if Mouse was not in a financially secure position, and Mouse really needed that money? Like, would you just not give it? Like, I don't understand. Because at that point, we're getting to the point where, you're just actively, risking someone's livelihood. And that really, really, really pissed me off. Because, me, if I go broke, okay, I'll start working Uber Eats. I'll figure it out. I'll be all right. But it's we all know medical treatment is not cheap. They're very frustrated. Needless to say, my anger is being tempered, and my fury is is quite palpable. But look, we'll wait for the full thing to come out. Thank you, lawyer. Sorry for giving you a heart attack. All right, now I'm done. Now I'm excited to play some games or do something else. my lawyer did say. Okay, all good. He says all good. Yay! Alrighty. Well then, lawyer VTuber. These lawyers aren't expensive. These lawyers aren't cheap, chat, all right? He's billed me the hour, and the hour is up, okay? We got to move on. All right. Let me sit down for a bit. My standing up is done now. He's in chat. He is watching. Look, when your client is about to do some self-immolation, you want to watch that. But all good.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to listen to, and I'll catch